Okay, gentlemen, we are looking at function compositions through the table. We have seen this table before with function symmetry, odd and even. We're just going to add in compositions, right? So this is just kind of layering what we did from before. So I'll do a quick little review in the beginning. So just, again, some of the things we're used to. What is f of 2? Well, that is looking at the x row. The 2 is my x, my domain. What is f of 2? What is the result of that? What is the range of the 2? That is my -2. I could do the same thing with g, right? What is g of 3? Well, that is looking at, here is my x row. There's my x, my 3. What is the result? What does the function give me for 3? For g, that gives me a -3. Okay, so that's something we've seen before. That's review. We also did, what happens if I do f of 5, right? That gives me f of 5. That gives me a -4. And we had talked about what happens if I give you f, or I ask for, rather, f of -5. Well, I don't have a -5 up here. Because f is odd, f of -5, well, if f of 5 is -4, f of -5 would be +4, right? Odd is like switching the sign or dropping the sign, negating it only if it's not listed in the top row. Same for g. If I do g of 5, well, g of 5 is -2. What would be g of -5? Well, I don't have a -5 listed in my top row, but I do have a 5. And what is g? G is even. So if g of 5 is -2, g of -5 is also -2. They are the same. The negative will be, like, for example, think x squared. A negative squared would give me a positive number. The positive number squared gives me the same value. Okay, so that's a review of what we had done. I'm going to take this and slide it over so it's out of my way. Okay, this is the new part. We'll do about 4 quick examples. What happens if I give you f of g of 2? All right, so first looking at this, it looks a little confusing, but it's just layering. So I'm saying first start with the inside. Start with the inside. Start with the inside. So in this case, g of 2. Okay, so I'm looking at this. I'm doing my regular steps here. G of 2. G of 2. I'm going to take the g function, plug into my domain, my x guy. It gives me a 5. G of 2 gives me a 5. Now that result, I'm plugging into my f function. What is f of 5, right? I did the inside first. I got 5. Okay, now take 5, plug it into f. F of 5 is -4, and that's my answer, -4. So we're just doing what we did over here twice. You're layering it. You do the inside, you get a result, you plug that result into my outside function. Okay, let's do it reverse. What happens if I ask you g of f of 1? Okay, same idea, starting with the inside f of 1. Taking my function f, what is the value of f when I plug in 1? Well, that would be 3. F of 1 is 3. I take g, and now I'm going to use that result, that 3, and plug it into my g function. It basically becomes my domain. What is g of 3? Well, that is -3. And there is my answer, the -3. So when you're taking a test or a quiz or an assessment on this, you are writing just the yellow number. What is the final result? Step 1, get the 5. Step 2, get the -4. That's my answer. Step 1, get the 3. Do G for that. Get -3. That's my answer, the -3. Okay. Now let's see. We can add in here the odd and even. So I'm going to show you one of those, but it's the same steps. Nothing changes. If I were to ask you f of g of 1. Okay, so kind of like what we had over here, except I can switch the positions of them. Okay, g of 1. Start with the inside. What is g of 1? Looking here, g1, I get -4. Okay, no problem. Seems simple enough. Now I have to do the f function of the -4, but I don't have a -4 listed up here. but I have a 4. F is odd, so if f of 4 is 1, f, since it's odd, of -4 must be -1, and that would be my answer here. Again, you're just writing the yellow answer. It's just the final answer, the final computation, the final number. One more, g of f of 3. Same idea, work with the inside. What is the f of 3? Well, here's my function for f. Here's my x values, 3. F of 3 is -5. Now take the g function of my new value, my -5, and if I do f of -5, g. I don't have a -5 up here, but I have a 5. G is even. If g of 5 is -2, g, since it's even, of -5 is still -2 because it's even. Okay, so it's the same steps. The real big thing we have to get a handle on is that we start with the inside. I could layer up to 3 or 4 or 5 things in here, and you start with the inside-most one first, get a result, plug it into the next one. There's my final answer. Okay, good luck. You have some practice on Canvas with this. Do that, and remember, you're just typing in just the final answer, just the number. Good luck.